What's going on, everybody? So, got another movie review for you. As you can see from the title, this is the Thunderbolts movie review. Um, and this was a solid movie. I ain't gonna lie, this was a solid movie. Uh, this picks up sometime after Captain America: Brave New World, as events from that movie is mentioned here. Um, they even mention how Ross turned into from a certain person, not Taskmaster. Miss DeFonte even mentions how Thaddeus Ross turned into a raging red monster, aka Red Hawk. Um, but this was a solid movie. Yeah, this takes place after Captain America: Brave New World, and the movie is basically about Allegra Valentina Allegra DeFonte. Um, and there's a scene where she made sure, cause I think she's on trial for something, and the person that's on trial called her Miss Fonte. She was like, no, DeFonte. Like, you want, he's like the Secretary of Defense. You want to say Secretary of Offense. But yeah, it's Miss DeFonte. Um, she sets these guys on a mission to stop somebody from stealing from her. She tells all of them, Taskmaster, uh, U.S. agent, uh, what's her Yelena, and oh god, what is her name? I can That's the one the girl, the phasing girl. I cannot remember what her name is. Ghost. Okay, yeah, that's Ava Star slash Ghost. That's her name. Yeah, I could not remember what her name was. So Miss DeFonte employs U.S. agent Black Widow Yelena, Taskmaster, and Ghost to go to a Pacific facility to stop a person from stealing from her. In quotations, you can see my fingers there. It's in quotations. Um, but it turns out this was a setup to get all these people here. And notice I didn't mention Bucky, Bob, or Red Guardian because they come in later. Well, Bucky and the Red Guardian does. Bob comes in a minute here, but yeah. So they're lured into this false pretense that they're there to stop a person from stealing Miss DeFonte's stuff, but due to her being on trial for some misdeeds, she's trying to cover up her tracks. And John Walker, are unknowingly the last piece of something that she doesn't want to get out. Because they could tie her to something that she could get in trouble for. So during their fight that you seen in the trailers, during the fight, something happens, and that's when they meet Bob. Um, so the rest of the movie is about them trying to figure out why DeFonte has betrayed them like that, and the mystery of Bob and who Bob is and his connection to DeFonte. And then from there, try to solve this mystery and learn how to work together, they also have to battle Bob's alter ego, because we all know Bob is aka the Sentry, and we all know the Sentry also has the darker side called the Void. So what we got here is the movie. That's the movie. It's about them learning to work together as a team, um, while also dealing with personal demons, um, to end up eventually fighting the Void slash Sentry and stopping him. This movie is big on mental health. I want to get that out the way first. Is that this movie is big on mental health? Like, when you watch the movie, even though what I just said is what the movie's about, as you saw with Sinners, when I said there's a theme to Sinners, there's a theme to this movie too. But where Sinners was about procreation and taking stuff from people and saying it's yours, Thunderbolts is about mental health. That's the theme here. Because if when you watch the movie, you're gonna understand that almost everybody here is dealing with some type of darkness. Some more so than others. Like some of them has already gotten over their darkness and beaten their darkness, and some of them, majority of these people are still dealing with their darkness. Um, a perfect example is Bucky. Remember the darkness he was dealing with after dealing with the whole him being Winter Soldier, all the people he hurt when he was trying to go apologize to everybody he might have wronged as the Winter Soldier. Um, Everybody else is dealing with something similar to that. Yelena's dealing with her past, Taskmaster with hers, Walker with his, Ghost with hers. Even Red Guardian to an extent with his. So they deal with that while also learning what it truly means to be the good guys and working together as a team. Um, this movie was a solid movie. Um, I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it more than I thought I was gonna be. Like I know I said that for Sinners too, but it really I thought this I was gonna enjoy this as much to say, oh, this was a solid. This was either mid or this was a solid six. But no, it was actually a little bit better than the six. I'm like, okay, all right. Um, the acting was good. The CGI was good. I enjoyed everybody's acting. Nobody's acting was subpar or bad. Everybody's acting in this was good. Everybody did the right thing. Um, there is one character that they take out very early on in the movie. I mean, I'm not going to say the character, but if you watch the trailers, you'll know who I'm talking about. Anyway, you'll know who I'm talking about. Uh, but I will say, the way this character gets taken out, they don't like this character. Marvel really don't like the character because they took that character out quick and easy, and it was done in a way where you like, yeah, you hate this character just as much as the fans hated this character. But I actually enjoy uh, uh, Taskmaster's comic book accurate. They actually gave Taskmaster the shield and a more comic book accurate uniform and stuff. And so I did like that. I will say about Taskmaster, I did like the update they gave to Taskmaster. I like the updated uniforms for John Walker and Yelena and Ghost as well. Um, Century was the best part of this movie, the best part, because he was comic book accurate. The Void was the Void, like his threat, his presence, everything was spot on, solid. Chef kiss. I can't say nothing bad about that. Um, but yeah, the CGI was good, the acting was good, everything was pretty much good. The only I guess the only thing I would say that was the only two things I could say that was bad about it, like one was a pacing issue, and I know movies usually have that. I can't say that a lot. I just said that about Sinners, but the pacing issue here was that it was a lot more talking than usual. But then again, that was the part that focused more on the mental health part. Before we got back to the action, it was setting up like everybody's mental health and shame. You're gonna hear that word a lot, shame. Especially for people reviewing it. You're gonna hear shame or shame rooms. You understand when you see the movie. But overall, yeah, it was the pacing that was bad. Um, I guess you could say it wasn't too bad, but it was still bad enough that I have to mention, like, not the ending, but the way how Century was taken down. It was cool. It was cool. It was perfect for what they was going for, but it was just that, yeah, that's probably like the only way you could take that character down, because that it was like it was, I guess, predictable is the word I'm looking for, because it was only because these are not nobody. This is nobody like Thor or Hulk or somebody. There's no way they was gonna take this character down other than how they did it. So I guess what I'm trying to say, it was just predictable, and it kind of I kind of went, okay. I kind of figured that was gonna happen the way how the movie was set up. Okay, I figured that was gonna happen, but yeah, I think that was it. I think it was just the pacing, just a little bit. Not enough to take me all the way out, but it was a little bit to make me go, damn, that's all. It's a lot of talking, and yeah, and then just the way how they defeated Sentry, which wasn't bad. It was just predictable. But other than that, the movie was fine. The movie was good. I enjoyed it. Um, there is two post credit scene. There's a mid credit scene and an end credit scene. The mid credit scene, why I won't spoil it, is kind of a, like a gag. You'll know it's like it's not like a gag, but it's like it's something that was kind of sort of set up towards the end when they're the asterisk. And speaking of the end, the asterisk does get revealed at the end, as in what as you all remember, Thunderbolts with the asterisk means that it might be something wrong with the title. Um, it's like silly for me to try to sit here and say not to spoil it, because by now when you see this video you already know what the title is, so I might as well go ahead and say it. The asterisk reveals that the real name of the movie is not the Thunderbolts, it's the New Avengers. um I was gonna not spoil it, but then I'm like, that Marvel itself is already spoiling it, so I might as well say it here. Yeah, the asterisk represent that the title is not really the Thunderbolts, but that is the New Avengers. Um, that's what the this is technically a Avengers movie. This wasn't like the Thunderbolts is actually a mid event B Avengers movie, as you will. That's actually pops up in the movie too. B Avengers. uh B, or is it B Avengers or B? You'll see. It's either B Avengers or B Avengers. But yeah, there's the mid credit scene that's like a little bit of a joke scene, and then there's the post credit scene, where it sets up the next two movies. We know one of them being the Fantastic Four, and I think after Fantastic Four is Avengers Doomsday. So it sets up them two movies. Um, but overall, I would give this also a 7 out of 10. I did toy with the idea of giving it a 7.5, but no, I say no. It was a solid 7 out of 10. So both of the in my movie reviews that you are going to see, I'm basically both are going to say 7 out of 10. Big ups. So yeah, 7 out of 10 big ups for this movie as well. Um, yeah, it was pretty decent. I liked it. If you don't know, I always tell people this. If you don't know, anything 6 or more in my rating means that's a movie I enjoy enough to buy on DVD. That's how I do my ratings. Anything if it's 5 or lower, I don't buy it on DVD because that's not a movie I really care about. 5 being mid to awful, going from 5 to 1, that's mid to awful, and I don't buy mid to awful movies. But if it's a 6 or more, 6 being okay, 7 being good, you know, yeah, 7 being good, 8 being great, 9 being awesome, 10 being perfect. Um, so it was definitely a 7 out of 10 movie, and I would buy this on DVD and watch this again. Like I said, I enjoyed the acting, the CGI, all that type of stuff, and even how they focus on mental health and how basically mental health is important. It's important to take care of your mental health. It's important that you know you take time for yourself to de-stress and deal with the darkness inside, and that it's okay that sometimes you're not going to beat the darkness, but that doesn't mean you can't keep trying. And they do hammer that home that sometimes you don't beat it, but maybe not, at least not at first, but eventually you will. um yeah, that's it. If you that's all I got to say. If you enjoy my movie review of this, you know, you hit this button right. Usually you'll see my hand, but my hand's pointing to the corner, right there for all my movie or TV show reviews. And you enjoy the video so much, I want to support the channel. All you gotta do is hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things, because when you do, it helps support the channel. It helps me get to my goal of 10,000 subscribers. And yeah, so I need you guys to hit those buttons. And as always, here you want these videos for more of my amazing content. Don't go anywhere because I got to talk about that Grand Theft Auto 6. So yeah, see you in the next video. Peace.